Hello, everybody. I know that I didn't give you a time for me to do this. I wasn't entirely sure when I would be able to. I've got 4 kids and things have been super, super crazy. We were driving for like 7 hours yesterday because we were celebrating one of my kids' birthdays down in a whole other state and town. So it's been a little bit crazy and I didn't want to commit to a certain time and then potentially be late or potentially not be able to be here when it would work for everybody. So I figured I would just kind of play this part by ear. So if you're not able to be here for the whole live or if you need to leave in the middle of it, that's completely okay. I will be keeping this open. I'm not going to delete it. And if you have any questions at all, you can just comment it or you can still send me messages. My main goal for this was just that a lot of people kind of have the same questions or similar questions. So I'm hoping that I can kind of address just some of those things. And then if you have kind of a question that's a little more unique or specific to your situation, then I can answer that in a message or right here. Honestly, on the page is better because if you have a question, other people probably also have the same kind of question and I can answer it and kind of help everybody. So while we are having some people come on in and I see some of you are here already. I will warn you, I get really distracted. So I'm probably not going to look at comments at first if I can help it, just because there are some touch points that I don't want to forget. I feel like they're really important and I will absolutely forget them. Don't mind the axolotl on the wall. I am hiding in 2 of my kids' room right now. They're all in a different part of the house so that I can not be distracted by that. So that's happening. So a little backstory about me. I have been in Scentsy for 10 years and fundraising is actually one of the ways that I started my business. It was kind of on accident. I was helping at a preschool and they were already talking about fundraising the same week that I joined. And so I just kind of dug into it, jumped in, didn't know what I was doing. And I've been doing them ever since and kind of fine tuning my process. I have mostly done schools, preschools, regular, like elementary, high school. I really, really love high school sports, middle school sports. They can have that competitive edge and they kind of like to compete with each other. So that makes it really fun. I will warn you that if you are here for kind of specifics on how to do only one type of product, like only scent circles or something like that, there's definitely nothing wrong with that, but I am not going to be your best resource for that one. In my experience personally, I have had the most success when I'm offering full catalog. It just reaches a much broader audience and I've actually done Scent Circle fundraisers where the people already knew about Scentsy and the products and they were actually upset with me for not letting them order bars under it. It was just a whole thing. It just seems to work out better. And there are some other reasons I'm going to get into why full catalog seems to be the way to go. So I'm going to get started and then at the end of it, I'm going to try to look at comments and see if there's questions. But like I said, I will go through after this and I'll keep this up and I'll answer in the days to come. So thank you guys for coming and watching this. So I do have some notes so I kind of can stay on track. The first thing I want to talk about is I've had a lot of people ask, how do I approach someone about doing a fundraiser? And just knowing that you have something really awesome to offer. I think the holdup for most people is that they're nervous and they're overcomplicating it really in their minds, what they're going to need to do. So when I have approached anyone, mostly coaches, different schools, you can walk into any school and just say, hey, I'm able to offer fundraisers. I was wondering, can you get me in touch with the athletic director? Or can you get me in touch with the student body? Or, are there any teachers who need fundraising? If you walk in and you're offering to do the work and give them money, they're going to excitedly point you towards the person that you need to talk to. So you don't need to have that information. You don't need to be, already having an in, if you don't have kids and they're not in sports or anything like that, like that's totally okay. Especially with coaches or teachers, they need funds, but they don't want to have to go through all of the organizing and the work to do fundraisers. And so if you're offering to do that for them, they are going to very happily jump on it. So just having the confidence to walk into a school and just ask, hey, who do I talk to? I would love to help you guys with fundraising. And when you explain the fundraisers, Personally, I give 100% of my commission, and I word it just like that. I don't say that I'm going to give you 25% of sales. That sounds like a low number, and they don't always understand what exactly that involves. And it doesn't sound as generous as what you're actually giving. If you're giving your commission, then you want to say, I'm giving 100% of my commission. They're not going to understand that the products themselves, cost. You don't have to get into all that. You're giving 100% of your commission. The reason I personally do not upcharge is because, number one, it complicates it. I'm going to have to remember how much I was upcharging on things. And then, if you bundle things, then I'm not very good at math. If I just keep it whatever the price is and I just give them my commission, then I don't have to do any math. It also just kind of sounds and feels better. You're actually donating to help that cause. The reason that I don't mind not making money off of a fundraiser is because my goal is not just to make money in that moment. So what I'm actually doing is I am gaining customers for life. And I'm going to share about how I kind of ensure that that is the end result. Because there are some very key things that you want to do during your fundraiser if you want to actually maintain these people as customers and actually get their information. Some customer service touch points that you want to keep in mind. So I am okay with not getting money off of the fundraisers to start, because what I'm doing is I'm really massively branching out my customer base for the whole rest of the year and beyond. So let's see. What do I put in my packets? So that's one that a lot of people ask. So I am just really, really easy with my packets. I go ahead and get these envelopes from the consultant store. Super cheap. They have everything on them that you're going to need. I make sure and put one of my stickers, which here's one. I just go into Avery. I just order Avery stickers on Amazon, and then on avery.com you can go ahead and customize these. It ends up being really, really cheap, and it's not hard to do because they have the layout for you. I'm not a really good techie person, but that looks relatively professional, and they get all of the information. And if you stick your face on it, they're more likely to actually remember and keep those things too. So that's just kind of a psychological thing there. So these folders, and I always give 2 to 3 showcase brochures. For a couple of reasons. Number one, it's way cheaper than handing out a whole bunch of catalogs, but also it doesn't have the bundle and saves. And when you are following up with people, I like to start following up before I've even placed their order. So I will get their order form, and I'm obviously going to check for, is the money correct with what they ordered? Inevitably, someone's going to order a bar in an oil scent. You need to actually contact these people and be in touch with a lot of them. But at the very least, I will call and I'll say, thank you so much, or I'll message. Usually, most people don't like phone calls these days, but a Facebook message or a text message, whatever information they gave me, and I will say, thank you so much for supporting this person in this fundraiser. And let them know that I'll keep them posted when their order ships, or about how long it's going to take for it to come in, and just kind of introduce myself and thank them right off the bat. That is how you're going to start building that relationship right away, because when you're doing a home party, you're building that relationship. You're face to face right now, so you're already connecting with them, and the fundraisers are a little more hands off. So if you can start connecting with them the second you get that order, then that's a really, really good start. Also, not having the bundle and saves in the showcase brochure, if someone orders 6 bars and now they've paid $36 for that because they didn't know that there was a bundle and save, now your organization has got that $36, but now you have a touch point to where you can contact them and you can say, hey, I see that you ordered 6 bars. I can actually bundle that for you and get you a free one. What scent would you like? So now you're helping them. You're giving them this awesome customer service. You don't have to take away from the $36 that they gave the group. You're just going to additionally give them a free bar. So instead of 6 individual bars, you can do the 6 for $30 and then another bar. They're still getting a free bar. The organization is still getting $36. So it's win-win all the way around, and you just had a really good touch point with them. Okay, I always do, as far as the order forms go, I really just laid 2 of these on my printer together and just printed off a whole bunch of them. So that kind of helps. I try to give at least 8 to 10 because I'm encouraging the people in the fundraiser. It's probably going to average 8 to 10 orders per person for them to get kind of to the $200 mark, which is a party amount, which I'll get to in just a second, because the most important thing that I ever started putting in my fundraiser packs is the FAQ page. So it's basically every piece of information they could possibly want to know about this fundraiser is going to be on this sheet of paper. So I start off with, introduce myself for a minute. I'm going to kind of read through one as I'm explaining it to you. So that's why I'm looking off the camera. But I introduce myself and I introduce what Scentsy is in a really short paragraph. So I have Scentsy is mostly known for their decorative electric warmers that melt wax to make your home smell great, but there's also so much more. We have diffusers and essential oils, scent circles, or car bars for your car, and stuffed animals you can zip, and I just listed a whole bunch of things, but a lot of people still think we're just wax and warmers. So when you tell them we have cleaners and we have laundry, all of a sudden their interest is going to be piqued. Like, wait, maybe I need to look and see if they have something I actually want, because some people don't care about wax and warmers. So it's important to make sure that you make that known right out the gate. I make sure that my website is on everything so that they can go and look at that. If not everything is in the catalog, and they're not going to want, certain things. Some people don't. They want specifically Disney. They want specifically clearance. They're looking for a deal. It's good to have that on there. I let them know that there is no shipping cost for orders that you gather unless they are online. A lot of people want to save on shipping costs. So if they're giving you the order, you're able to bundle it and make it a free shipping order. So let them know that that is the case unless they order online. They need to know that if they're ordering online, that they're paying shipping no matter what. There is no, you guys know, just make sure they have all the information about shipping right there in writing right out the get-go. I let them know that the orders are shipped straight to me and that I'll sort everything and deliver it to each person who's taking the orders, and that I can arrange delivery if you get in touch with me. I let them know the dates that I'm running the fundraiser. I also let them know that payments have to be collected and turned in with the orders, what the acceptable forms of payment are, and that I need to have the money in order to place the order, and that then the organization will get paid on the 9th of the following month. There are different types of fundraisings that they don't need the money until the product comes in. So if you don't specifically add that and let people know that, you might actually get orders without money. So make sure that's in every single packet. This paragraph, when I added it, changed everything. So a problem that I've heard other people have when they are doing fundraisers is that they don't get contact info for people. And how can you follow up if you don't have contact information? If you don't personally know these people, how are you going to find them and reach out? So I started adding, when filling out your order forms, it is super important to include all of the contact information. If I have a question about someone's order, I need to be able to contact them quickly so that it can be submitted as soon as possible. If you run out of order forms, it's okay to write orders on a separate sheet of paper as long as you include all of the information that the order form asks for. Once I started letting them know that this is a customer service thing, this is to make sure you don't have any issues with your order, it's like almost 100% of people are now participating in filling out their contact information. So that has been a really big game changer. I also let them know how much their goal is for fundraising. And then instead of telling them a money value that they want to try to earn, I break it down into like 6 packs of bars. So, if their goal is $2,000, I'm going to break that down into how many people are participating, how many people are on the team or classroom or whatever the group is. And I'm going to figure out if each of you sold 7 6-packs of bars, we would easily reach that goal. When you break it down into just, 7 of something, 7 6-packs, 7 $30 warmers, it feels way more doable for them than if you say, if each of you sold $400 and they're going to freak out, that's a lot of money. But if it's X amount of people buying X amount of cheap things, then they're going to feel way better about that. As far as Rewards. I like to do rewards. None of it comes out of my pocket. I will usually offer, like, the top 2 sellers get to choose a free warmer of their choice. And I will use like the free credit that I gather to be able to do that. And kind of, not everyone is very competitive, but the ones who are going to jump on that, and they're going to try really hard to compete and sell more because they want that. They want to win. They want to be the winner. They want that free thing. Depending on the size of your fundraiser and what you feel you're capable of doing, I really like to encourage that every single person who gathers at least $200 in orders is going to get a free, it used to be a mini warmer because it was only $20. I think I raised it to $250. So every single person that puts in at least $250 is going to get a free mini warmer of their choice. Again, that's not coming out of my pocket. They basically just did a party. So if they just did the same amount of work as a party, then I'm at least going to give them that little free thing. Because there again, that's going to bump some of these people from, you know, this much effort to that much effort because they're getting that free thing. Let's see. Oh, this is another thing I put in my packet. So most of you guys have seen these. I'm going to go ahead and touch on it anyways. But once I started putting the rub and smell stickers in my packets, the amount of sales of the bars and whatever scents I add skyrocketed. So, you know, we say that the fragrance, you know, is what sells, and getting those testers under people's noses. Well, this is a really, really cheap and easy way to get 10 cents under a whole bunch of people's noses. The way that I look at these fundraisers is every single one of these packets is basically like I'm getting out a mini basket party. So every single one of them is getting me new customers. It's, you know, building relationships. So let's see, where am I at? FAQ sheet. I put my packets. Oh, okay. That's the other thing that I started doing. I started doing, not only does each person who's fundraising get their own packet and their own order forms, but I also give them the option. I create specific fundraising links for every single person participating. It takes a lot of time, depending on how big your group is, but it is very, very much worth it because a lot of people have friends and family who are out of town, who are not going to be nearby during this fundraiser. And if you don't create them a link, they can't reach those people. So it really, really widens the amount of people that your fundraisers are able to reach out to. And then those are just getting automatically shipped for you. You don't have to do the work to package them up and all of that. When I am bagging up my orders, well, when I'm inputting the orders, let's start with that. I try to make sure and utilize as many rewards as possible. So I will combine orders as I'm putting them in. If it's less than I think it's $500 mark, you want to get as many half-priced items and the 15% free credit as possible. So combine them, but you want to make sure that if you are combining them and you've done the individual links, that you maybe do something like what I do is I'll change the name. So if it's Sophia's link and it was originally her link, but now I'm inputting the order and I'm combining Sophia's with Susie's and Paula's, you know, I'll put it in that actual name of the party. I'll change it because it's not going to be on my website anymore once I submit it. So I'll put it to Sophia, you know, all those people. And then when the order comes in and I look at it, I can tell exactly whose products are in here and the way that I need to divide it up. So that helps me keep track of it and not lose my mind. It also means that when that box, that 1 or 2, however many boxes come in, I know that I'm going to need to grab their specific envelopes and that everything in these boxes are going to be only the ones on these 3 envelopes, and I don't get overloaded, and I will only open 1 order at a time. I have had fundraisers where there is over $8,000 worth of product in my living room. And if you are trying to open all of those boxes and sort them for, you know, maybe you want a really pretty picture, you may get that pretty picture of all the different products set up, but then you have that much to go through and sort all at the same time. And it is overwhelming. So another way that I keep track of everything is with the free credit that I get, I will get a whole bunch of scent circles. So I also get balloon ribbon at Walmart. It's like $2 and the rolls last a million years. If it's Christmas time, you can do like red and green. I tie up those bags tight because number one, it looks really pretty. It looks like a gift. But number two, if you have a whole bunch of products and you give someone a bag that is open, they could potentially lose a bar, especially if you're dealing with kids and you're giving the kids the orders. You know, if it topples over on a school bus and a couple of bars fall out, well, no one knows that. And all the person who's receiving the order knows is you didn't get them those couple of bars. If you tie it really, really tight, it looks pretty and your stuff is secure in there. So definitely double duty on there. And then what I do with the scent circles is I will tie it to the outside, and now this is the name tag. So whoever the customer is, I will put their name really, really big right here. And then whoever the student or participant is, I'll put in smaller writing. That way, if somehow in transport, once it's left your hands, if it somehow gets mixed up with another students or kids or athletes, whatever you're doing, you have a very, very quick and easy way to see, oh, it's this customer's, it was for this particular student. Let me see. I've never done this to where I'm actually looking at comments. I think... Okay, I can't figure it out right now, but if you guys have any questions, I think I touched on most of the things, but again, I get distracted and I don't go live that often. So if you guys have any questions at all, you can ask me all day, every day. I will come in here and I will absolutely love talking to you guys. And I hope you guys feel like fundraisers are something you want to do. I think they're great. I have so much fun with them, and it's like I said, it's like getting a whole bunch of basket parties all out at once. So it is a lot of work, especially if you're doing all of that contacting, but you're doing all that work all at once, which is a lot easier than booking that many, you know, little basket parties at once. So personally, I think it's the best thing in the whole world, and I just will talk about it for days with you. So I love you guys so much, and happy fundraising. Bye.